Good morning, students. In today's class, I am going to discuss about templates in C++. Here, before going to start template, just I will recall what you mean by functions. Right here, to perform addition of two integers numbers. How we are going to perform addition of two integers numbers? First, we have to declare. First we have to declare integers number. Right, two integer number. Then we are going to perform addition of two numbers. Right, first int a comma b comma c, then we are going to write the value a equals to 5, b equals to 6, then c equals to a plus b, then we are going to printing the value of c. Right here, if I want to perform addition of two floating point numbers, so float a comma b comma c, then we are going to write the value of 6.5, then b equals to 7.8, then c equals to a plus b. Right, to perform floating point of two numbers, or else to perform addition of two double numbers, what we have to do, we have to write the separate code. We have to write the separate code. So double a comma b comma c, a equals to 7.9 value 7.967, b equals to around 8.999, then c equals to a plus b. So for every, here we are performing the same operations, addition of two numbers only. We are performing the same operations, but we are performing on different types of data type. We are performing on different types of data types. In that case, here for every data type we have to write the separate code. For every data type we have to write the separate data type. So to avoid such thing, to avoid writing of this separate code, we are going to write the generalized function. We are going to write the generalized code. We are going to write generalized code for this one. This type of programming is known as templates. By using the templates, we are going to write the generalized code programming. Right here, C++ is a general purpose programming language and C++ is a structured programming language. That's the reason C++ is supporting the template concepts. Right here, templates are the foundation of generic programming. Templates are the foundation of the generic programming. By using the templates only, we are going to perform the generic programming. Here, for example, here in the previous example, I explained by using the addition of two numbers. For example, if you want to represent any vector, see here in this example, if I want to represent any vector is going to represent in terms of integers, in terms of strings, in terms of double, or in terms of characters, whatever it may be. Here to represent any vector, just we are going to define one vector template. Just we are going to define one vector template. By using that particular vector template, here we can pass the integer value, we can pass the floating point value, or we can pass the string value. Here this is the template. Here generally a template is a blueprint for creating a generic class or function. By using the templates, we can create the functions, and we can write the template for the class. Whenever we are going to use template for any class or any function, then that particular class or that particular function is known as a generic function or generic class. If we are going to implement the class by using the template, that particular class is known as the generic class. If we are going to implement any function by using the templates, then that particular template is known as the generic function template. Right here, template means just templates are the foundations of fundamental things of generic programming language. Here we are going to write many forms in a single template. We can pass as many as values, different types of data types by using the templates. Right here, there are two types of templates are there. First one is the function template, second one is the class templates. Here, right, in this case, here whenever we are going to implement any template, we are going to use two keywords. First one is the template keyword, second one is the type name. Type name is going to type name is used to define what type of data type we are going to use, what type of data type we are going to pass in that particular template. Here template is the keyword to represent any template. Template is the keyword to represent any template. Right here, See here, already I explained that addition of two numbers. Instead of passing any parameters in this case here, addition of two numbers means we have to write the one function is integer comma integer to perform addition of two integer numbers. So we have to write the code for this one. Or addition of floating point numbers means add float comma float, add float comma float. Or to perform addition of double means add, we have to flow double comma double. So here we have to, according to the data types we are going to passing the values. According to the data types we are going to passing the values. So instead of writing different codes, we are going to write all those things in a single code, that is the template. Template. There are two types of templates are there. First one is the function template, second one is the class template, right? See here, function template. Function template means whenever, here what do you mean by function? Function is a subprogram which is used to perform a specific type. Here function is a subprogram which is used to perform a specific task. Here whenever we are going to define any function template, that particular template is going to follow each and every property of a function. That particular template is going to follow each and every property of a function here. But only the difference is here we are going to defining the template. Here we are defining the template. Before going to declare that particular template, function template, we have to declare that particular template. Yes, yes, this is the general form of the function template. First is the template name. Already I explained here. I'm going to use this keyword, not template keyword is there. So here template, then followed by the type name. Type, what type of parameters we are going to pass to the particular function. It is going to define by the type name. It is going to define by the type name. Type. Here next is here function. What is the general syntax for the function? Return type, right? Return type, function name, parameter list, then opening the braces. Here we are going to write the code for this one. Same here, see here, return type, function name, parameter list. Next one is the body of the function. Only the difference is to declare any function template we have to use this template less than symbol, template name and type. What type of parameters we are going to pass to that particular function is going to define by this type name type. Defined by this type name type. If you are going to pass the integer value, here we have to specify this integer. Right here we have to specify integer. See here in the previous example what I told, add int comma int is there, one function add float comma float is there, right? Add double comma double is there. For every single add program we are going to writing the code in general, but here in this case by using the templates, here just we have to pass here t. Here if I'm going to define any function template is by using the t, just t int, t float, t char, that's it. Here type is the type of the name of the data type used by the function, right? Here in a single code, we are going to defining, we are going to passing different types of values. In a single code we are going to pass different types of values by using the function templates. Here see here, type is the type name for the data type used by the function. This name can be used within the function definition. What type of name we are going to use in the function definition, that particular name is going to be declared here in type name. This is the general syntax for function template. Function template is a, whenever we are going to implement any function by using the template, then that particular function is known as the generic function, right? This is here. Remember this syntax for the template, how we are going to represent the templates by using the how we are going to represent the functions by using the templates. This is the general syntax. See here, I'll explain with an example how we are going to implement the function template. See here, here my program is here written to find the maximum of two numbers. To find the maximum of two numbers means, for example, a is 5 is there, b is 7 is there. Here which one is the maximum number? B is the maximum number. Just so in this case, just I am going to return the value of b. Why? Because here b is the greatest number. How we are going to find the greatest number? If a greater than b, if a greater than b, if this condition is false, then b is the greatest number. B is the greatest number. See here I am going to use this. What is this one? This is the conditional operator. Conditional operator or ternary operator. Ternary operator or conditional operator. Here already you know what you mean by conditional operator. Just I'll explain. Uh, just I'll give one simple example how this conditional operator is going to work. Here for example, here a less than b, a condition a and b. Here in this case we are having three expressions. In conditional operators we are having three expression. This is expression 1, this is expression 2, this is expression 3. If this expression 1 is true, if this is true, then expression 2 is going to be evaluated. This is expression 2 is going to be evaluated. If this expression 1 is false, then expression 3 is going to be evaluated. This is the how the conditional operator is going to be work. First is expression 1, expression 1. If the expression 1 is true, then expression 2, this is expression 1, this is expression 2, this is expression 3. If the expression 1 is true, the expression 1 is true, so we have to execute expression 2. If the expression 1 is false, then we are going to execute expression 3, right? Here if a greater than b, if it is true, if it is true, here a greater than b means if it is true, then a is the greatest number. If it is false, b is the greatest number. If it is false, b is the greatest number, right? See here I am going to write the function template. I am going to writing the function template for maximum of two values. In this case here in first case I am going to take integer value and integer value. In next case I am going to take two double values. Next in case I am going to take third one is the string value. If we are going to write in a single program here, if we are not going to use any template, we have to write the code for, we have to write three different codes for these three values. We have to write three different codes for these three values, but here I am going to implement the maximum of two numbers by using the template. That's the reason here I am going to write a single code. In a single code, just I am going to writing the complete program, right? Hash include iostream.h, hash include string. Here using namespace std. Here see here template, I am going to defining the template name, then type name t, type name t. Here I am defining one function template. I am going to define one function template, type name t. Next is t is there. What type of value we are going to pass here, that is going to be written here, right? T my max. Here my max is my function name. This is my function name. This is my function name. This is my function name. Function name t of a, t comma b, right? Here t, if I am going to pass integer here, then a becomes the integer. If I am going to pass float here, then a becomes floating point number. If I am going to pass character, then a becomes the character. A becomes the character. Return a less than b, b a, closing the braces. Int main, int I equals to 39, int j equals to 20. C out maximum of I comma j, my max int I comma j. Here see here maximum int I. Here I am passing the integer value. See here my max is my function name. Here I am passing the integer value. So int I comma j and L. So here I am performing, performing the integer maximum of two numbers of integer type, right? Next, double f1 comma double f2. Here f1 I am giving the value, f1 is 13.5, see here f1 f2 is 20.7. see out maximum of f1 comma f2. See here my max double f1 comma f2. Here I am going to pass the double value. What is my type name? Type name is double. In the previous case, what is my type name? Type name is integer. Here I am passing the integer value, that's why here I am writing integer. Here I am passing the double value, that's the reason here I am passing double, right? Double. Next, string s1 hello, string s2 world. Now depending upon the axis values, here we are going to find the which string is the greatest string, right? My max, here I am passing the string value, that's the reason here I am going to take string s1 comma s2. In a single program we are going to finding the greatest of three numbers, here integer, floating double value and string value. If we are not going to use any templates, then we are going to write the separate code for all those separate things. Here now I am going to implement this by using in dev C++ software. I am going to try to execute this one. See here, what is my first line of my code? Hash include iostream. Hash include iostream. Here every time we have to write hash include iostream. Why we are going to write this hash include iostream? Just we have to implement C in C out to in our program, right? Next is, here we are finding the greatest of two strings. That's the reason we have to include strings also. Hash include string, hash include string, right? And next is, we have to define the using namespace std, here. Now after this I am going to defining the template type name, t, right? Here this is the general syntax. Template type name t is the general syntax, right? Now I am defining my function t, my max function. See here I am writing the my max function only now. See here I am writing the my max function only, right? My max function only. So here I am defining this my max function. My max of, here how many numbers we have to pass? Here two values. So my max t a comma t b. Here I am passing two values, t a comma t b, right? Here return a less than b condition operator. Here if a less than b condition is true, then b is the greatest number. If a less than b condition is false, then a is the greatest number. Here I am going to use this conditional operator. Now I am going to defining this int main function. Int main void, right? Open the braces, right? Int I. Here I am going to define int I equals to 67. Next, int j equals to 90. Here I am going to print the value cout maximum value, max of I comma j, maximum of I comma j is, sorry I will give one space here, is, and Here what I have to call here, we have to call this my max function. We have to call this my max function. My max. Here what type of value here what type of value we are passing here? Integer values. So int here, what are the values here? I comma j. Int I comma j. Int I comma j. See here, we are passing the values I comma j, integer values, and l. So this is the here we are finding the maximum of two values I comma j, my max. Here integer value, that's the reason I am going to write int. Here I am going to declare I comma j variables, that's the reason here we are passing I comma j variables, right? Next, here I am going to pass the double value. Double F1 equals to 9.67. Right. Next, double F2, I am declaring two values 6.7, 6.6. Okay, right? Now I am going to write the value, finding the maximum of these two values. See out max of here. What values we are passing here? F1 comma F2 is colon, right? Then here to find the maximum of these two numbers, which function we have to call this my max function, right? My max function. Here what value we are going to pass here? Double. Here what values we are passing here? F1 comma F2, F1 comma F2, then and L, ending the line, right? Here this is, now I'm going to pass the string values. So string s1 equals to hello, right? Now string s2 equals to world. Sorry, whenever we are going to represent any string, we have to use the double colon, right? We have to use the double colon. Delete. String s1 comma s2, c out maximum of here s1 comma s2 is colon, and we have to call my max function, right? My max. Here which parameter we are passing here? Strings, string. Here what type of values? Here I am passing s1 comma s2, s1 comma s2. So end L, ending the line, end L. Next is return 0, right? Up to here see here in a single program. Here first I am defining the function template by using the template type name T. Then I am defining one function which is using this ternary operator or conditional operator. By using the question mark, I am going to performing addition maximum of two numbers. Then here first I am passing, for the same function I am passing the integer value. For the same function I am passing the double value. For the same function I am passing the string value. For the same function, in first case, whenever it is going to read this, here my max int I comma j, this tree becomes integer. Here we are returning the integer value int a comma int b, return, it is going to performing the value. In second case, whenever the compiler is going to read my max double, directly control is going to transfer to this function template. Now here t becomes double a comma double b. Now here this complete function is going to be written the double value. Now in third case, whenever the function is going to read string value, directly control is going to transfer here. Now this t becomes the string. Already we are using the string keyword, that's the reason we are including string header file. Now I am going to saving my program. Save. save, execute this, compile this one. Compiling means checking the errors. Is there any errors are there? No errors. Errors are 0. Warnings are 0. Now we are going to run the program. See here, maximum of I comma j is 90. Maximum of, see here, what is my code here? 6790. Which one is the maximum number? 90 is the maximum number. So maximum of I comma j is 90. In next case, here 9.76, 6.6. Which one is the greatest number? 9.76 is the greatest number. So 9.76 is the greatest number. In hello world, here world is the greatest string. So here by using the templates we can perform various types of operations on a single code. We can pass the integer values to the function, we can pass the floating point values to the function, and we can pass the strings, we can pass the characters, floating numbers, whatever it want, what type of data types we can pass to that particular function. Here this is the function templates. Now we can use this function here we can define the class templates also. We can define the class templates also. Here the two already I discussed. Here there are two types of templates are there. First one is the function template, second one is the class templates. Here here to write the generic function we are going to use the function template. To write the generic class we are going to use the class templates. We are going to use the class templates here. Here class templates also just like the function templates only. Here the general syntax for this class template is first template. Already I discussed template class. What type of class we are going to declare here? Whether we are going to pass integer values, whether we are going to pass floating point values. Here what type of class we are going to pass here, then followed by the class name, then we have to write the definition of that particular class, then we have to write the definition of the particular class. We are going to write by using the class template we are going to write the generic class. We are going to write the generic class. See here, template class T, class my template. Here my class name is my template. T element, yes, T elements are there, public, my template, T argument. Here we are going to pass the argument list. Here T divided by 2, return elements, all those things are there, different types of. Here I am defining the class. Here I am defining the class. This is the definition of class. Here. First we are going to define the class template. Template class T. Template class T means we are going to defining the class template. Just like the function only. Just class template is also just like the function only. Template class T. See here. Right? Hash include iostream.h. Here in this case here in this class just I am going to display the value of x comma y by using the show function. See here class A, see here hash include iostream dot h using namespace. Here I am going to define one class T and one class U. Class T and class U. Here in this case here class A is there. Class A means in class A I am going to pass this T member T of x. Here I am going to pass T of y, T of x and T of y. Two different types of values I am going to pass. Two different types of values I am going to pass in this class. Two different types of values, x comma y. X is related to class T, y is related to class U. X is related to class T, Y is related to class U. Now, in public case, here, these two are private data members of class A. X comma Y are private data members of class A. Private data members of class A, private data members of class A. Here in public mode, I am going to define one constructor. In this constructor, I am going to pass T comma U. T is related to class one class, U is related to one more class. In class A, I am going to pass these two classes T comma U. It means that I am going to pass the parameter of class T. U means I am going to pass the parameter of class U. These two parameters I am going to pass in the constructor of class A. Next, here white show method. White show method is going to here I am going to define white show method. Here just show here we have to define this show method. Construct whenever we are going to create any object of class A, it is going to invoke this A constructor. This constructor is having two parameters T comma U. This two T is related to class T, U is related to class U. See here. Here we have to write the code. Now this is the parameterized constructor A T comma U. This is the parameterized constructor, so we have to write the code for the parameterized constructor. See here, A T comma U. Here A T comma U, right? Here whenever we are going to implement any constructor, we have to use the scope resolution operator. Scope resolution operator A T. For this class T, T1 is the variable. For class U, T2 is the variable. T1 is one thing, T2 is, we are passing T1 and T2. T1 is related to class T, T2 is related to class U. T1 is related to class T, T2 is related to class U. Cout constructor is called. Cout constructor is called. Now I am going to pass T1 value to X, T2 value to Y. T1 value to X and T2 value to Y. Just I am assigning. Here in parameterized constructor, just I am assigning the T1 value to X, T2 value to Y. In display value, void A T U void show method. Here show method. In show method, I am going to display the data member of X A. Here what type of data member? Data member of A means it is going to display the value of X and value of Y. It is going to display the value of X and value of Y. Why? Because in this class constructor, we are going to pass X comma Y values. We are going to pass X comma Y values. We are going to pass X comma Y values, right? See, right, show. Here now up to here one constructor is there. This constructor is in this constructor we are passing the two parameters. Those two parameters are related to two different classes, right? Those two parameters are related to two different classes. Now see here, in this case, in first case I am going to pass two parameters, character A comma. Here for the class A, I am going to create one object A. I am going to create one object A. Whenever the A object is created, automatically parameterized constructor is going to be invoked. Automatically parameterized constructor is going to be invoked. In this parameterized constructor, I am going to pass C comma D values. I am going to pass C comma D values. So see here, what is my output? Here, whenever the A is created, directly here constructor is called. Constructor is called X equals to T1. Now what is the value of X? X equals to, here see here, X equals to C, Y equals to D. X equals to C, Y equals to D. Next, here this is one object. This is one object 1. Object 1. This is here for the same class. Here I am going to create this object 2, that is the B. In the B case, here first I can pass the integer value. Here T, first class is T. This class T is going to pass the integer value, that is 24. Next I am here, this class U is going to pass the floating double value, that is 3.786. That double value 3.786. Here we can pass any type of data type, either integer, one float, one integer, one character, whatever it may be, depends upon the user need. We are going to pass the values. So A dot show means that whenever here compiler is going to read A dot show method, directly control is going to transfer here data member of A. What is the X value? C, and Y value is D, right? A dot show. Now B dot show means whenever the B dot show method is going to invoke, directly it is going to show data member of A is X value is 24, Y value is 7.8.6. Here why these two statements are executed? Constructor is called. Why? Because whenever the object is created, automatically constructor is going to be invoked, right? Now we are going to try to execute this program by using this Dev C++ software. Open the new file. Right. Hash include IOStream. Hash include IOStream. Here I am not going to use any string now. That's the reason no need to write the string.h, right? Hash include using namespace std, right? Here template, here I am going to create the template class t comma class class u. Here I am going to creating template class t comma class u. Next, class a. In class a, here t x, right, u y. Here I am creating x variable of class t, y variable of class u. I am going to define x variable of class t, y variable of class y. Next is public. In public mode, here my template, here my here sorry public. In public case I am going to define one constructor, right? I am going to define one constructor. This constructor is having capital T comma capital U, two variables, capital T comma capital U variable. Next is and capital T comma capital U variable. Here next is one more method I am going to define, void show method. Void show, here I am not going to pass any variable. That's the reason I am going to pass this void show void. Here in class a I am going to declare one constructor, that is a. In this constructor, this is the parameterized constructor. In this constructor I am going to pass one t value and one u value. This is the class definition is completed. After the class definition, we have to write the code for the template class t comma class u, class t comma class u, templates class t comma class u. Here in a, capital T comma capital U, capital T comma capital U. Here I am going to define the constructor a, capital T T1 comma capital U T2, right? Cout constructor is called end L, ending the line. Then here x equals to T1, y equals to T2, y equals to T2. Here we are assigning the value of x, we are assigning the value of T1 to x, value of T2 to y, value of T2 to y. Now we have to write the template class T comma class U, class T comma class U, void here a T comma U. Here I am going to write the code for show method. Show, here show is declared, where this show method is declared, here in class A. In class A we are declaring the show method. That's the reason we have to write the code for this show method. Cout data members of A, data members of A, data members of class A. What are the data members of class A? X. Then yes, give some space. and then y. These two are the data members now, and L, right? Put this semicolon. Up to here, we are in show method, just we are going to print the value of x and value of y. Here, what is the value of x? Value of x is t1, value of y is t2, right? Now define the main function, int main void, int main void, open the braces. Here a, I am going to pass the character value char comma char, two char values, right? In the previous example, I explained char comma char values only. Now, a object is created here, c comma d, c comma d, and we are passing two character values. String is there means then we have to put the semicolon. Sorry, two colon, right? Again here I am going to pass the integer value, next float value, integer value and float value. Here b, integer value is 21, floating point value is 8.9, and put the semicolon, then return 0, return 0. So sorry, here we are passing the values, then we have to display these values. Now how we are going to display the value? To call the show function, show, right? To calling the show function, we are going to display the value of a and value of b. A dot show, b dot show, a dot show and b dot show. Then we have to return the value. Here up to here, see here in this case, first I am going to declare two classes t comma u. Then here I am going to pass one variable, x variable of class t, y variable of class u. These two variables are going to pass for the class a. Then I am going to create one constructor. In that particular constructor, parameterized constructor, I am going to pass the two classes members. One is class member of t, one is class member of u. Then I am going to declare one show method, void show void. Here after that we have to write the code for this parameterized constructor, then we have to write the code for this show method. In parameterized constructor, we are going to assigning the values. Yes, t1 comma t2 values, t1 value is going to assign to x, t2 value is assigned to y. Then in show method, we are going to display the value of data members of a, x comma y, right? Now I am going to save this program. Saving this program. Now compiling this. Is there any errors are there? Float, sorry, float spelling is wrong. F L, sorry, F O A T, float, right? Save. See here, float was not declared in the scope. Now compile the program. Is there any errors are there? Yeah, float has no member. Say instead of writing show, just I am writing show here. So show. Save this program. Next, compile the program. Is there any errors are there? No errors. Errors are 0. Warnings are 0. What is my output? Here, first constructor is called. Constructor 2 times constructor is called is going to be right. Then data members of A is C comma D. Data member of B is this one. 21 comma 8.9. Run this one. Constructor is called data member of A, C comma B, C comma D, data member of A 21 comma 8.9, right? Yeah, this is the concept of class templates, right? In this session, just I discussed about the templates, how we are going to implement the templates in C++, right? In next class, we will discuss with another topic. Thank you.